Welcome to the Chillin Y Spillin podcast. Two college best friends stay chilling y spilling the tea on anything and everything from life experiences, relationship advice, pop entertainment news, and culture. Your new besties are waiting for you to join the conversation. Here are your hosts, Emily and Hector.
My Christmas was it was it was good, but I think the same like you probably wasn't as good as has been in previous years.
Mhm.
But it just made me feel like damn, so I've taken so many holidays for granted,
Mm.
in the sense where it just doesn't feel like the same anymore because I feel like the family isn't as close anymore, and two, like maybe we've gotten bored with each other, because every
Ooh.
year it's the same thing.
Mhm.
Um and different family members are exploring, going to different parties or different, family gatherings other than the one that we've been having.
Yeah.
So it just feels a little, maybe it's like empty nest type thing too, because it's like, oh, all the little birds have flown away and they're having their own family gatherings and stuff. Cause most of my cousins, well, like a couple of my cousins already have their family.
Not to go off tangent, but I feel like the holidays are such a, I'm gonna use a big word,
Mhm.
amalgamation
Mm.
of a bunch of
Wait,
feelings.
wait, wait, wait. Hold up.
Uh
Yeah,
huh.
what's the definition for that?
Bitch, I be saying shit that I don't even know. But in my fantasy, my French vanilla fantasy,
Mhm.
amalgamation's like a bunch of things like put together, like a whole,
Okay.
just
Mhm.
like
Uh-huh.
to simplify it, like
Yes.
you just like whoosh. That's my definition.
Okay. Uh-huh.
But yeah, I just feel like it's an like just a huge pot of a different emotions. There's stress, obviously, like
Mhm.
you got work, you got shopping.
Yeah.
Then there's people who like I don't know if you lost any relatives, and I
Mhm.
feel like it's a time where people mourn too, because it's like you don't spend that time with them, like you don't have that
Yeah.
opportunity to spend time with them anymore. So I
Yeah.
feel like that's why a lot of holidays are different, especially like as you're older, is
Yeah.
because you're more mature and you realize these feelings and like
Yeah.
it's not always just the bright lights and holiday cheer.
Yeah, and two, and then it's like the presents and this and that. And to be honest, I didn't do any gifts this year actually. Um, well, because my point of that is just because I don't know, and how I told you, sometimes I don't know what to give,
Mm-hmm.
because I feel like for me now it's more the experience, the quality time, and some like doing something new, because um I don't know, that's time that we'll never get back.
Mm-hmm.
And if this is the only time that I have to go with them and do this, then I think that's a greater gift. And I mean, I'm not rich like that, but if I can, I think that lasts longer in somebody's memory, in somebody's mind, than me being like, oh, I got you
A pair
a
of
gift
socks.
card or a pair of socks,
Yeah.
like I'm just like, boring, been there, done that. We've already, but it just lasts for like that little moment. But yeah, that was the holidays for me, and then for you too.
Yeah.
Um,
But speaking of
yes.
present, it's time to live in the present. And
Eh,
welcome back, Putas, to, I don't know, I guess the New Year episode of Chillin Y Spillin, the
eh,
podcast you know and love,
yes.
obviously. Because why the fuck else would you be listening? Just kidding.
You
You
know
already
it.
know I'm your co host, Hector.
And I'm your co-host Emily. And yes, we're doing this, right? We're doing this
Mm-hmm.
New Year's episode. And we're going to get straight into it,
Hell
cuz
yeah.
I think, let's just get the party starting like always.
Yeah.
So, I want to like obviously, going off for the New Year's in
Mm-hmm.
2024, which is
Okay.
I'm so excited for. And how crazy it is how time has just like flown by
Bruh,
so
it's
quick.
insane.
Like in my life, my brain literally still hasn't, like, I think, fully processed it's
Mhm.
already the new year,
Honestly,
because I feel like it went by
it was
so
literally
fast,
New
like,
Year's like last week.
yes, literally. But I want to know from you, like, do you
Mhm.
personally have like any like New Year's traditions with your familia, or just by yourself, that you do as get ready for the New Year's, when it's the 31st and you're doing the countdown, or a
Mhm.
little bit before then? Like, what do you do?
I mean, it varies every year. It's not like there's always like we're doing this like a tradition where it's like
Mhm.
it's always constant. It's always changing. But
Mhm.
I guess one that I'm doing by myself that's like a new thing
Mhm.
is I always wear like such an amazing fit
Oh,
to
okay.
start off the new year. Because if you're not
Yes.
serving
Mm.
the first day, what the fuck are you doing? Like, you gotta set the year off right.
Period. You know.
Yeah, I know last year my fit was like very, it was giving privilege. This year it's gonna be, I think, I'm gonna say it's giving classy streetwear, but the theme
Okay.
is black and gold.
Uh huh.
Did my nails? Yeah, y'all can't see, but
Yay.
it's gold.
Yes.
Yeah, the theme. I think I always set a theme in my head of what I want the year to be.
Mhm.
I know this year was more of like focusing on myself, how like focusing on what mindset I want my brain to to go and learn more about myself.
Mhm.
But this year the theme is it's called the Gorgeous Nightmare.
Mhm.
It's inspired by a fashion look this one drag queen did,
Yeah,
where
okay.
it's like being grateful for all the mental health demons that you have because ultimately they are what you know brought
Yeah.
you to this path, and it could bring gorgeous things despite it being such a dark time. So that's pretty much my tradition. If I'm being honest, I kind of don't believe in like the superstitious stuff.
Uh huh.
Like,
Explain. Elaborate.
okay, so like the bitches eating like 12 grapes and everything.
Me?
I'm bitches. Yeah, I'm bitches. Like, okay, let's be real. Like, what the fuck? Did it really do anything? Like those, what is it? You eat 12 grapes for like 12 good months?
No, for 12 wishes.
That's probably why. I probably did it wrong.
But not
um,
for 12. I know it's not for that. It's for 12 wishes that you want to have, um, to have, um, come true in the new year.
mm, see, we learning. But do you have any traditions?
Yes.
Ooh,
I
explain,
mean,
explain.
I think for the most part, like, we don't usually always have like a gathering, for New Year's. It just kind of
Mhm.
depends. Same like you, like each year is a little bit different, just depending on if we're working or not, or things like that.
Yeah.
But we do in my family, in mi familia. Um, yes, it is very
Ooh.
known about the sorry, it is very known about the 12 grapes, and if you
Mhm.
want to find love, you put the red tanguita on. If you want, if you want to travel, you sacas tu maleta and you walk around, you walk run around the block, so that
Mhm.
comes
Get that cardio
true.
in.
Yes. And two, like, sometimes putting money in a bowl with rice and dollar bills and stuff, like, also signifies like to have money and fortune in the new year. Something about, like, sorry to go more into the colored underwear because
Uh
sometimes
huh.
they have different purposes.
Does it have to
So,
be underwear? Or could it be like boxers
well, yeah,
or other
obviously,
stuff?
yeah, like
Yeah.
your
Okay.
undergarments. So your undergarments for, so green is for health,
Oh.
white is for peace and harmony,
Mhm.
blue is to have projects fulfilled, and black is for, this is sexuality. So okay, we see you.
Bitch is gonna be looking like fucking mood rings
And
for
no,
New
dude,
Year's.
I saw something where they were like on TikTok where this girl's like, "Well, girl, I might as well just have the fucking whole rainbow, like, the panties with
Yeah.
all the different colors, so that
Mhm.
a little bit of everything, happens
Yeah.
in the new year." Which I'm like, don't get me wrong, that'll be ideal, but
Mhm.
I think too, like, going into the new year with a mindset of what specifically you want.
Mhm.
I mean, I think that helps a lot too. Now.
Gotcha.
So we have that, and yeah, this time I think, like, I'm excited to really embrace those traditions. And I think it
Mhm.
just makes me have something to look forward to, and to just believe, and just to, with all my might, hoping that it, happens, because too, that's a way of like projecting and manifesting what you want,
Yeah.
and setting your mind, and like already switching your mind to, like, okay, 2020, 24, I mean 2020, sorry,
I was like, damn,
2020.
what year are we?
Yeah,
What year
yeah.
you in?
So 2024 is gonna be like different. It's gonna, like, I don't know, you're just gonna switch it around, and you're just gonna click into place. Like, I feel like, that's the energy that I wanna
Okay,
Mhm.
not to go off topic, but do
Mhm.
you okay, so like people who say like this new year I'm going to start going to the gym,
Mhm.
do you really think that a new year is necessary in order to really start these things?
I don't know. I mean, every person to each their own, right? They're gonna do what
Mhm.
they want to do, but I for me personally, I do feel like it's a new beginning. Like
Mm.
that's the mentality I'm trying to go into
Mhm.
too. For me, I want to really embrace and take on the health journey. Um because I know for me, like, it'll be another way for me to be happy, healthy, and just feel good about myself, to bring
Mhm.
that confidence. But if that's your goal, like, just follow through, and if you fall off, okay, get back on it. I think it just gives everybody the sense of like it's a clean slate. But what about you? Do you think that the new year like should really help and does help
Um
people in?
I'm gonna be a bitch. I mean, in terms of like when it comes to health and stuff like that,
Mhm.
you shouldn't really need a year. Like, don't get
Mhm.
me wrong. I get that it's easier to keep track in the sense of
Mhm.
like, okay, it's January 1st, and it's easier to track as you're going.
Mhm.
But in terms of like health and everything, you
Mhm.
shouldn't really need a new year or like you could say like okay next week next month,
Yeah.
but like in terms of year I just feel like it's a little excessive,
Mhm.
and it's just like if you really wanted to improve
Yeah.
something you would truly do it,
Yeah.
and it's so easy I feel like people to go off track. Again, I'm a hater. I
Mhm.
fucking hate New Year's because at the gym there's so many new people that go,
Yes.
and I'm still salty at this one bitch because I was trying to work on thighs
Uh-huh.
and she literally spent 30 minutes on the same machine.
Oh.
And the whole time I didn't get to use it. So I'm
Oh.
salty about that.
So you're like, bitch, you're gonna be gone the next week, so why are you in
And she
here?
was because I haven't seen her since. Um, but that really, I feel like that's why I'm like, y'all bitches don't need the New Year's because that one person. And also, there's this one person, they're called super controversial. They're
Mhm.
called HRH Collection.
Mhm.
They say it way better than I can about New Year's and like
Mhm.
about really starting. So I feel like that's where my mentality's at. But I mean, if it helps you keep on track, and like I always say, like think of it as a stairway.
Yeah.
You're always gonna make progress, but just because you have one misstep doesn't mean you're starting back all the way at the
Mhm.
bottom. And
Yeah.
if so, that bottom could just be a step above in damn, she's trying to cut me
No,
off.
I'm sorry, sorry.
No,
I
I'm
my
just kidding.
throat, my throat. I'm sorry. I like try to like be away from the mic. I am so
No,
sorry.
you're good.
Let me let
I'll
me
just
let me
play.
sip on this coffee while you keep.
Yeah, like just one misstep doesn't necessarily mean you're starting all over again. It just means you're starting at a different step than you were in the beginning. But I mean, we practically talked about it, like following like traditions. But
Mhm.
is there one specifically you know for sure you want to do this year?
The red tanguita and the
Oh my
12
god!
grapes and the travel one too.
For
Oh,
sure.
basically all three. Yeah,
So you're
those
doing
three.
everything.
Yeah, I guess so.
Okay, but if you only had to do one, which one?
Mm, I think the 12 grapes because I want the 12 wishes.
Ooh, okay,
Yeah,
okay.
but same like how you mentioned, like even if I do have a misstep or whatever, like I'm still gonna try my hardest to complete as many as I can.
Mhm.
Um, but there are there are goals, and some goals take a little bit longer than others.
Mhm.
Now that I think about it, I think last year too. Last year, when I had done the 12 grapes, I also remember doing the like taking out my maleta. Because I know I think in December already that I was already thinking in my head like, oh, I'm gonna travel,
Mm.
and I had that in my mind going into the new year. So when I booked my my trip, it was literally in January. The second week of January that I was like, all right, I'm gonna do this. But again, it's because I had it in mind. I had a goal. I had a like, let me manifest this. Let me pursue my dreams. Let me have this moment for me, to do.
Mhm.
And it did. It happened, like,
Yeah.
because I put it into action and I really felt and I really believed it, like I'm gonna travel, and I did. And it was something so like awesome, empowering, and very like everything that I needed.
Mm-hmm.
And I feel like same thing like this year. I'm like, okay, I'm gonna manifest like this is what I want, and hopefully how I am here telling you like I did that. Like I want to be able to say like I did that.
Yeah.
Whatever I end up choosing. Little, I'm gonna be real.
Mm-hmm.
Poquita, yo quiero estar flaquita, okay, and with the big booty, okay. I
Ooh.
want to be like big booty Latina, but not
She said
get a
J-Lo
BB.
who?
Yeah, not get a BBL like some of these other girls. Like I want to like work on myself, to build that confidence and to just be feel good, be good. Like, cause I think too, it's not just what you take in, right? Like how you
Mm-hmm.
said, making like simple choices of like, hey, instead of snacking on freaking hot Cheetos, which todos queremos, we all love some good hot Cheetos. Don't get me
Mm-hmm.
wrong, but like,
Especially the
okay,
fries
yeah,
or the
but
limon. Ooh.
exactly, pero like sometimes substitute it con okay, like this time come fruta. Drink more water, little things
Mm-hmm.
like that, which I have been doing. I feel like more towards like these this end of the few months, but it's
Mm-hmm.
because I'm like slowly, getting myself into like getting into those new habits.
Yeah.
Hopefully, I want to say find love, but honestly, like I'm starting to feel like in order to love somebody too, like I gotta love myself, and that's why I want to
Exactly.
like prioritize like my health, my mental well being, to be
Mm-hmm.
able to give the amount, give myself to another person, but truly
That shouldn't be the main factor
that
though.
shouldn't be the main focus, and that you're gonna be with you for the rest of your life.
Exactly.
You don't know if your spouse, your significant other, your children, they're gonna be with you.
They're gonna die.
Yeah,
Just
like
kidding.
bitch. He said, really, they're gonna, like God,
I
like.
mean, you never know. You never know.
But you know what I mean.
Yeah.
That's life. Like, let's be honest. Hay que ser honestos que la vida no es comprada. Like, you literally, like, el tiempo se va de volada. And a veces you just gotta live in the moment.
Exactly.
Just do things that make you happy, that will fulfill you. Because I feel like now I'm in that place where I need to fulfill myself and doing things that I want to do. But at the same time, keep myself healthy and content. And two, I'm like, the way sometimes, like, my eating habits, like, shoot, I could be dead, like, in a couple of years if I don't, like, take care of myself. And sometimes a lot of the things is, like, I want to be healthy to live an extended life, and not just, very short amount of time. Because if like in Latino families, we like, siempre tenemos los diabéticos for one.
I mean, look at
We,
the food they're
yeah,
giving. Not gonna lie.
yeah. So,
It's good, but
but there's some consequences to
Mhm.
like eating the way that we do. And
Sorry, not to go off
um,
topic. What do you think's a good age? Like, not to get dark, but like, what's the at least what age do you want to reach?
90. But knowing realistically from my imagine this, I know for a fact, like from my family,
Mm-hmm.
we've only made it to 70.
Mm.
70 max. I think the oldest I think like 80s, but nobody has made it like to 90s. Like they've all like died young because they've always had like, okay, a heart problem, que cancer, que diabetes, que el azúcar. It's always been those two,
Yeah.
diabetes and the azúcar. They're like the quickest to like kill us because we love the soda, we love the coquita,
Pan dulce.
the pan dulce, um, the todo. We like everything
Everything.
sugary and very
Yeah.
like like we like fatty foods. So it's like, shoot, like, I mean, I'm trying to live long so that I can see at least my grandkids. Like, but some
Mm.
people don't even get to, in Mexico at least,
Mm-hmm.
because of, whatever poverty and not having health insurance and, and not taking care of themselves because they're stubborn.
Mm-hmm.
Because they're, the viejitos, they be stubborn, like, no me coca, no me, like, don't take
Yeah.
it. But it's because, okay, you're not willing to drink water or eating healthy. It's hard to give up those habits that you've grown accustomed to, right? I mean, I don't know about you, but just your family, sorry if you don't
I
mind
mean,
me.
well, what specifically? Like,
Well, like, do they also like how far have they lived up to? Like,
oh, I don't pay attention to that.
oh,
Okay, 'cause I don't know. Okay, like to me, I feel like 30 is already too much. Like, I'm just like, that's too much time. Like, I don't know. My mindset's different. But
mm,
not like in a bad way. um, no, that's kind of hard to say, but I don't know. I feel like past 30, I'm like, okay, I went through my prime. Peace.
Oh
Like,
my god,
like
no.
shoot, I'm gonna have fun. I'm gonna do what I want to do.
Yeah.
I mean, like things could always change if you
Yeah.
find someone that always influence you
Yeah.
to start a family and like all that. And don't get me wrong, like I just feel like everyone's ideals are so different. Um, living's expensive.
I love how you just go for the dark parts
Well,
of
it's
like.
true though.
I know, but like, I mean, there's got to be something that you're like, shoot, like, I don't know, like, you know.
Okay, there is one thing. I guess if I buy a dog,
Uh huh.
I have to live.
A long
I
period of
read
time.
something so sad. It said
What?
your dog is your best friend for such a short amount of time in your life,
Uh huh.
but you're your dog's best friend for its entire life.
Yeah.
And I was like, oh,
Yeah. Mhm.
yeah.
Mhm.
But yeah, I don't know. I feel like 30's too long. Like, I would never want to go in a retirement home.
Why would you go to a retirement home?
Bitch, I ain't having kids or like,
I
you
know,
know.
but like, you know, like the
Well,
friends with
obviously,
the,
like
you
in
know.
my French vanilla 30s,
Huh.
I'm aiming for 30. But um,
Or you could
I
have
don't know.
like
I just feel like I wouldn't want to
adopted
be.
family. You know what I mean? Like somebody that you know will care for you. But like, you know,
I just don't want to be like.
a burden?
Yeah, I feel like
Mm.
it's too much. Like, bitch, just give me some whatever fucking Romeo and Juliet had.
No, I
Like,
do want to be a burden. Like I'm like,
oh
please
hell
keep me
no,
alive.
keep me alive. Hell
Nah, just kidding.
no.
I don't know, like
But it gets to a point where it becomes painful though
yeah.
when you are a burden.
I
Whether even if it's not physical, mentally. I don't
mhm.
know. I just feel like once I get back problems, that's it. That's like peace, yo.
That's why they have surgery, okay, bitch?
With this
We
economy,
gotta have you
you gotta
up
be
and
privileged for that.
yeah, I'm pretty sure we'll get you some good health insurance. You know, like
Bitch, not in this economy.
that would
I
cover
don't know.
something.
I just feel like once my Megan knees are gone, that's it. Like,
uh
actually, okay, depending on the music artist too.
huh.
Yeah, like I said, it's not like 30. That's it. There's always gonna be something.
Yeah.
But right now, my mind's like 30's a good number. As long as I make it till there, then I'm good.
Damn. Okay.
Yeah.
As we talked about a little bit, but
Mhm.
what are your hopes for the new year? Any goals
Ooh.
for the new year? What are some new year resolutions? Yeah, like tell me. You have a list.
I've kind of been thinking about it. Not gonna lie. I mean, I know what I said. Like, you shouldn't need a new year.
Mhm.
But this year, since I really did focus on myself, I had a lot of things planned that didn't go through
Mhm.
because fucking life just went like skirt skirt.
Yeah.
It just totally went. So I
Yeah.
didn't get to do everything I wanted to do this year,
Mhm.
but it helped me polish them. So I feel like it's ready for this year. So this year
Ooh.
especially, I want to be cunty. Like I'm
Yes.
ready to show some of the fashion things that I've had
Yeah.
planned, and it's just in my closet. And like I'm actually gonna make a sweater,
Ooh.
so I'm super excited for that.
Weather. Sorry.
Shoot, not in California. We got like 1 week left of that.
True.
Yeah, I want to be cunty.
Yes.
I don't know. So you guys, or if you haven't been listening, fucking
Uh-huh.
fake ass bitches. I haven't really been talking to like friends or just people in general. And
AKA me.
I've
No, just kidding.
not even.
Go for it. Sorry.
You're practically like the only person I talk to. I think I'm gonna stay on that track because I kind of don't really see any. This is gonna sound so bad. I kind of don't really see any purpose reaching out because the phone works both ways, and if
Mhm.
it's gone this long,
Mhm.
and I always feel like I'm the one reaching out, what's that saying, you know? And it's like, yeah, this year I'm not afraid to be cutthroat, especially for the new year. My
Period.
mindset is I will fucking like destroy or like
Oh.
fuck bitches up if they get in the way of me
Hulk
and my
smash.
peace and just like any kind of like self improvement that I'm working on.
Oh,
So if
period.
anyone gets in the way of that, bitch, like get ready to square up because like If I'm not able to
You
like fuck you
fighting.
up physically, I will mentally, and I will fucking read you, bitch.
Oh.
But yeah, what about you?
Okay, like I mentioned, I have a list.
Oh,
So
get ready,
I'm
y'all.
a talks for 20 minutes. No, just kidding. Like, yeah, cut that.
Let me get a new coffee
Yeah.
first.
Yeah. Go to the
Uh-huh.
next person. No, just kidding. So it's funny because I put them kind of in order.
Mhm.
Um, so I want to be an on-air personality.
Ooh.
In this new year. Um, I think no matter what, like I'm gonna try to go for it and hopefully like keep practicing my craft to like land a job that is that of speaking on the airwaves and just sharing myself, right? And be that friend sometimes that I think when myself and I'm listening to the radio, like having that friend like that you can relate to and can get like funny story times or just like news or information, like
Mhm.
just feeling connected with the community, because I would love that. Another thing, I put lose weight. I'm trying, like I said, trying to be
Fitness journey.
skinny, trying to get
Mhm.
the booty right. Um, the other one, this one is a little bit. Oh, sorry. So after lose weight, travel. I want to
Mhm.
travel more. It was such an eye opening experience being able to do that this year,
Mhm.
that it just gave me the travel bug where I just want to keep going after it and explore new places, and knowing that I could do it by myself just is, like I said, it's empowering to me, and knowing that I am independent and I can do it and I don't gotta wait for nobody, and I could
Exactly.
spend my money how I want it wisely,
Mhm.
budgeting. um Next thing after that is buy a house for my
Ooh.
family. This one, I know it's gonna take a little bit while, but I've been saving, and I mentioned this to Hector too. From this past year, like I've saved, good enough, but
Mhm.
I just need this extra year to like really be set and have a hopefully down payment for my house, and to cover me
Damn.
for a couple months too. Because the thing about it's not just about the down payment, but being able to afford your home too for
Yeah.
emergencies. Like having that 6 months, just in case if something happens in 6 months, you're covered for 6 months. How you have that money in hand.
Mhm.
And the last thing is make more money.
Oh
you
my
know,
gosh.
make more money. Keep hustling. Keep finding like things that can help me generate more money, but that also are things that I'm passionate about that will help me too to get to the next point in my career,
Mhm.
things that will move it forward. And to just be sorry, and the last thing too is to be to this is something that I can't, not on the list, but
Mhm.
figuring this out now too, is being happy, enjoying life a bit, not just being like, saving here, because you don't want it to take up most of your time
Kind
from
of get locked in that idea.
yeah,
Yeah.
from life. So have fun and be with friends and enjoy my time, and continue being my authentic self and learning more about that person too, right? Because it's
Mhm.
my 20s. People
Yeah.
change, and we evolve and we grow. So I'm not gonna be the same person that I was in last year, or the year before. That like we're always growing, and there are lessons that need to be learned that still haven't been learned, right? And I think
Mhm.
that will come with time. So I'm not gonna rush things, and um I think it's good to roll with the punches, because there
Mhm.
are some highs and there are gonna be some lows.
Oh,
So
for sure.
um gotta learn to embrace both, right? Because
Mhm.
shoot, I don't know how we gonna be in like 10 years, and then there's something like how you
Well, we
mentioned.
know where I am. Just kidding.
No, he's gonna be fine.
I'm
He's
just
gonna be
playing.
right
Just
here.
playing. Just playing. Just playing.
Um,
Not manifesting.
no, we're not manifesting. I cancel it with all
You
my.
know what I do manifest? A
What?
Ouija board in your future.
No, bitch.
I'm, a,
You're trying to mess
I'm
with my
bringing
energy.
I'm bringing that.
No.
That's gonna be a running on joke.
Oh hell no, no, no. I'm gonna close my door in your face. I don't care. Friends or no friends. I'll be like, I'll be damned before I do that. Hell no. I can't wait. What was I gonna go with this?
Actually, I'm gonna add one thing.
Yes.
So I'm not really like close with my family.
Mhm.
So I'm thinking maybe this year I'm gonna make more of an effort to like speak with them and like reach out. Cause I know that's something that's like okay, like how should I say this? That
Like communicate more with them.
well yeah, but like in just this is just like for the general public.
Uh huh.
I know not everyone's gonna have the best relationship with their family,
Yeah.
but if there's people like if there's family members that truly do like wish
Care.
nothing but the best for you and genuinely love you for who you are,
Mhm.
then you should definitely keep those in your life.
Yeah.
So I for sure want to reach out more with my family, especially with my sisters, because like
Yeah.
I know, you know, when you
That
look at other
there.
people and their siblings, I look at that at mine as like we're kind of like, ooh, this is gonna sound bad, but we're kind of like strangers because like
Mhm.
you know we really don't know each other as well, and like yes we have some amazing moments, but I
Mhm.
feel like it could be more enhanced than what it is right now.
Yeah.
There we go. Damn.
Definitely.
Period.
Yes. Period.
And in the gym, I kind of want to lose 10 more pounds.
God.
But I mean, I'm in a new weight bracket, so
Okay.
we're gonna keep improving.
Okay.
Um, maybe no, I shouldn't say that. I was gonna say maybe not get high too much, but I'm not sacrificing that. Some of y'all, yeah, okay.
Any other goals, job wise, or
Um, I mean, um, I've done it before, but I'm still very open to working on jobs that aren't necessarily to build my resume, but to help be a beacon in people's lives.
Mhm.
Cause those are like some of my most favorite jobs. Cause those mean way more than a paycheck. Obviously, a paycheck's gonna keep you like sheltered and everything, but
Mhm.
it's those jobs that like you're a beacon of light in their darkness
Yeah.
that truly is like this is it reminds you of why you're
You
doing
do.
your passion and
Yeah.
why you're always constantly going forward. So I actually wanted to ask you something.
Yes.
Have you ever like fully committed to a New Year's goal, or like obviously like there's gonna be some that like fell off, but like is there one specifically that stood out that's like that really stood with you and is a life lesson that you continue like that you carry with you?
Traveling.
Traveling.
Yep. Yep. It's the best decision I've ever made,
Mm-hmm.
and I did fully commit. Um, I think it was scary at the moment, right? Because you're like, oh shit, I'm gonna go to a foreign country, and
Yeah.
like, nobody here's gonna save me if if something goes wrong. So, um, it was the most fulfilling. It made me feel independent. It made me feel free. It made me feel so many good things, so many positives. Um, I felt very good about learning different cultures, and so yeah, I felt very cultured in that sense.
Mm-hmm.
Um, and it just made me see more than just my bubble.
Mm.
And I think that is brilliant and awesome in itself. And I
Mm-hmm.
see why people do it because there's only there's only so much that we do here, right? That's so routine. Versus when you're somewhere else, you feel more adventurous, more like willingness to try new things and talk to people and meet new people. Like I met some incredible people and travelers that I got to learn more about their story, about themselves and what led them to go to where I am, like,
Mm-hmm.
and why, for me, like, uh, why Rome, why Paris, because these are like for me, I'm like these are landmarks that I would always see on TV, and it's funny that now I could be like I watch, Emily in Paris, and I'm like, bitch, I've been there, I did it, like I freaking had a croissant and I, I was there like sitting and watching, judging people as they walk, like how French people do, when they see, when
Mm-hmm.
people are just walking around and being touristy. It not just did it fill my soul, but I think it filled my parents in the sense like all their hard work was worth it, like in
Mm-hmm.
the sense like they got here to a country to give me all the opportunities that they could give rather than where they were at, and where they started in their humble beginnings. And for that, I am eternally grateful because here I am doing these things, right? That they've always dreamed of and that they always wanted to visit. And here's their daughter
Mm.
being in these places and, posting them and bragging to their friends on Facebook, like, mi hija estaba aquí. Like, like,
Mhm.
hey, manda saludos pa que Firulais acá y que, people, and that is a satisfaction in itself. And I'm so reflective at that time because um they just kept coming to mind when I was there, seeing these beautiful places, because I could just think to myself like how beautiful that hopefully one day I get to be able to maybe one day bring them with me. And seeing other families when them being at these historical sites and being there together, like I just felt so great. And so, like, okay, like, this is my reason to work for. This is
Yeah.
this moment, because I could just think to myself like, damn, I'm gonna work 10 times harder so that my kids and my kids could come here and visit, to make them reflect, to make them grow, to make them learn, that I now see as an adult, and I appreciate 10 times more because I worked hard for it, and it was worth it. It was worth every fucking penny I had,
Mhm.
to do this. And I'm glad that I fully committed, because I think that the fear of like, oh, I'm gonna go over there and it's like so scary and I'm gonna go by myself. But the fears will push me too, because if I don't do this, when else?
Yeah.
But yeah, those are mine. Eat two.
It's kind of hard to say cuz hmm. Okay, so there are some that I really like fully committed to and completed. One of them I would say is like being more independent and focusing on myself. Like I said, this year I've just been focusing on myself. I've had like five different mindsets at this point within 1 year, and I know I wouldn't have that same amount of growth if I were like distracted focusing on other people and their
Mhm.
needs rather than my own. Um yeah, just I feel like just distinguishing what's truly the definition of selfish
Mhm.
rather than focusing on your own needs and what's healthy.
Yeah.
I feel like that's what I really like completed as in terms of like the recent New Year's goals. I feel like in terms of like physical health, this year especially is when I mostly flourished in terms
Mhm.
of like staying consistent and like actually doing it.
Yeah.
Cause like I could honestly say that this year, this is the most like active I've been in practically my entire life.
Yep. She's already giving cunty vibes.
Thank
Ah,
you.
she
Bro,
ate. She
y'all ain't
ate with that
ready. No, cause
shit.
like,
You know it.
ooh.
We know it. Okay, bitch.
Cause I already have
Mhm.
like aesthetic and everything. But aside from that, yeah, I feel like this year specifically, like, not to be like selfish or like, oh, Leo.
Now, fuck
Um,
it. Put it out there. I can
this year
decirlo.
specifically, I've gotten so many compliments on like how I look.
Mhm.
Just all kinds of things,
Yeah.
and I feel like okay, yeah. So this year, because I focused so much on myself, I was able to give light and give new perspective and wisdom to I don't want to say next generation, but to the upcoming people who are gonna be in the work field
Mhm.
in terms of like those who went to college. Because I had the opportunity to speak to students, and I know a lot of them came up to me and they said like, "Wow, like thank you so much for like sharing this. I never thought
Oh.
of it as in that." And one of my favorite things that came from it is someone saying like complimented not how I look physically, but complimented me mentally and saying like, "Wow, you're so like wise and you have such a beautiful mind."
Mhm.
And I feel like those kind of compliments are more meaningful than what
Yeah.
you'll get as in physical. Like
Yeah.
you could always work towards being this perfect person like in the gym or like physically outside, but it's the compliments that like are you as a person and as a character is
Yeah.
what really defines like, you know what?
Yeah.
This is really what distinguishes me from other people. And it may not be like financial wise, but it's definitely a treasure you will carry with you for the rest of your life.
Yeah, he literally said, "Bitch, I have a sexy mind."
Well, I didn't want to say all that, but
But like, bitch, you said it. Like,
but
so I'll take it.
yeah, I
Uh-huh.
mean, yeah, I this year I didn't go out as much. I partied, but not as like much as I did other years. So I feel like this year I wasn't as distracted. So that's what really led to me being focused on myself.
Mhm.
And I feel like even though I didn't complete other goals such as like going to therapy or like achieving a house, even though it's kind of like unrealistic at this age, and it's like,
Well, never
damn.
say never. You're
But like,
slowly getting
it's
to your goal.
yeah,
You're
but
taking steps.
it's kind of a unrealistic and heavy standard to put on yourself, and like so much pressure to put on yourself at such a young age, when in reality is like there's not a certain time you have to do everything.
Mhm.
There's always time for growth, there's always time to do things. And sure, we may never know when our time is going to end,
Mhm.
but as long as you know you're working on it, and as long as you can say like, you know what, I did this,
Yeah.
or I was able to do this. I always say my meaning of life, not to get all philosophical,
Yeah.
is as long as you could end the day saying you did it the best you can without hurting anyone, or
Mhm.
as long as you lived that day to the fullest potential. And if you were to die that day and you could honestly say, you know what, I'm happy with what I've accomplished so far, or what like I've helped other people with,
Mhm.
that's all that matters.
Mhm.
Because, like the Kardashians said,
Absolutely.
when you go to that grave, it's not about the money you have, it's about the memories you
Okay, now you Courtney, Courtney.
have.
You're not,
Yeah.
not you quoting Courtney Kardashian. Okay,
So yeah,
yeah,
that's pretty much my New Year's resolution, what I've
Yay.
completed,
Yes.
and
And you
and I'm
ate, girl. You
excited. Thank you,
ate.
thank
Okay,
you.
you
Hopefully it
fucked
was low
it
calorie, but
up.
still.
Yes, him and his sexy brain. We get it.
Thank
We
you.
get it. Okay, ahora ya es tiempo
Ooh,
para los awards.
ooh.
The kind of like to like the end of the year awards that we're gonna give each other. um, and I think I will go first. Okay, because
Ooh,
these are
okay.
some. Okay, I picked three because I
Mhm.
was like, this is such your vibe. Like I don't know, like like throughout the year consistently.
Mhm.
Um, and that is number one, and we all know it. Um, the coffee alcoholic award.
That's
they,
so
they
true.
never at him as he sips on that coffee. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's my number one award that I would
Okay.
give to you.
For sure, for
Consistent
sure.
throughout the year, and
Mhm.
such an awesome friend that also always like, do you want something? Like,
I
you
got
know, he was like,
you.
I got you, and I was like, period, yes. My next award,
Oh.
because I got, I'm giving you three.
Mhm.
The second one is you made my time better this year. Of as you started like working at my company, and that
Oh,
happened,
she owns it.
yeah, huh?
I said, oh, she owns it. Her
Yes,
company.
at my yeah, Miss CEO. Okay,
I know. There goes
just
my
kidding.
award.
um, it's the Office Bestie
Hey.
Award because to like he would come with me a
Steal
couple
all the
days
motherfucking
to
snacks.
yes to work. And we had a good we had a blast. And I think every time that he came, it just gave me a sense of like good energy and just to like to literally be like, fuck these other bitches, like, and just
Focus
focus
on
on us
yourself.
and
Hell
focus
yeah.
on work. And that's why the Office Bestie award goes to Hector. And
Thank you,
last
thank
but not least,
you. Ooh.
it's the Got Your Back Award
Oh my
to you.
gosh.
Because yeah, he's got my back in a lot of things and always a support system, a big support system, especially in this year.
Mhm.
He's seen the lows of the lows. Where I'm just like enraged by some of the crap that I had to I felt at the time like it was so unfair, and I'm like, can't believe this, why me? And I was just seeing like the negative of all it. But this is why it's important to um um like I said, surround yourself and pick who you surround yourself to help uplift you and to encourage and to just make you feel like confident too, like bitch, you got this, like, or we're gonna get this done, or
Mhm.
and not just that, but too when when coming up with this podcast and doing this together, like shoot, like it just made me like extra like grateful, and yeah, he's got it. And yeah, what else can I say? They're all positive things, and yes,
Aw, thank
yeah,
you.
he is the brains.
Not
He's sexy
even.
mind, the
Sexy
beautiful
mind.
mind. But yes, those were my awards, my end of the year awards to
Aw.
Hector. And yeah, like I think I've seen so much in the year for growth and where we first met to to
Mhm.
this year, and just this year in general, like seeing you flourish and seeing you like become your true authentic self and giving cunty vibes and being badass, like, and kicking ass at what you do, but doing it gracefully and
Thank
again
you.
saying without hurting anybody and just doing you for you. And like I said, there's so much growth, and yeah, MVP
Aw.
award, and there's so
Thank
many,
you.
but those are the three that came to mind.
You. Of course, you already know I got awards for you too.
Okay.
I kind of think I misunderstood the assignment because I kind of thought of it more as like, that meme where it's all like Little Miss and it's all
Oh,
like
yes, yes, yes.
so so that's the direction I kind of went with.
Well,
But
go
like,
in it, flow with it.
okay, okay.
We're flowing with it.
The first one is Little Miss Influencer. Cause I can always count on this bitch to post whatever she's doing and make me laugh or smile. Like whether it's going to fucking the heels class, going to Disneyland. Oh my gosh, I had to work, but I know she was going, and I was like, I'm practically there with you. Like I saw the
Me
fucking
taking you
the
along.
yeah, everything she ate, all the rides she got on,
Mhm.
the vibes and everything. I was like,
Yeah,
free
it's all
ticket,
over the place.
hell
My
yeah.
life.
But yeah, and then like just seeing you being happy and like posting stuff, like you know, it's like it's just like just seeing
Oh,
someone live their life
yeah,
happily and
and
everything.
not giving two fucks.
Exactly. I had another award, but
Uh-huh.
you kind of said it too. But I want to give it to you, but the way I worded it
Uh-huh.
in my French Vanilla Fantasy,
Uh-huh.
it's if I were to give the award a name, it would be maybe like Rosa de Guadalupe or something like poetic. But anyways, it's like the most growth in a person award because I've never
Mhm.
seen someone grow so much with their mindset in such a short amount of time and actually putting forward the effort. Like you've done so much things that like I could honestly say that January version of you
Mhm.
would not have seen if you were talking to the this version of you right now.
Yeah.
Like you're going to fucking therapy.
Yeah.
You're considering your thought process and putting it more into perspective and the facts with it and saying,
Mhm.
you know what, fuck it. Like this is my reality.
Mhm.
I'm gonna do what I want with it. And I've never seen someone grow as much as if I've seen you.
Aw.
So I wanted to give that award to you.
Ay, thank you so much.
And then the last award. Ooh.
Ooh.
Y'all ain't ready. Y'all ain't ready. This is gonna be controversial because a lot of
Uh-huh.
people are gonna be pressed that they didn't get this specific award.
Award?
Okay,
Okay.
y'all ain't ready.
Yeah.
Ready, ready.
Let's
Y'all
see,
ain't
let's
ready.
see.
Okay, best co-host award.
Ah!
Emily has.
That's gotta be funny.
Shoot. Like
Uh,
I could honestly say like I've never seen someone put in like so much effort and work into like a project that they have like a dream and
mhm.
like goal that they want something
Yeah.
for. And it's like I could honestly say that like if I were to do this with someone else,
Yeah.
it wouldn't be what it is today without Emily because she's like doing the research or like finding these new things of like how to improve or like you know what like maybe this will appeal to this group or like just constantly putting in the effort
Yeah.
for Chillin Y Spillin, and it honestly
Aw.
wouldn't be Chillin Y Spillin without Emily. So I feel like obviously the award has to
Aw,
go
well, thank you. I feel like this should be a shared award because we're both like co-hosts,
to you.
podcasters, and Ken, this wouldn't be a show without you either. So it's like, and not just two, but you also deserve full credit. Because of, I think we both bring in uh certain energies, and I think it complements each other
Mm-hmm.
very well. And the way how we have like a workflow, and it's just like, to me it feels so wholesome, like, so
Yeah.
like, like everything I wanted, like.
Uh-huh.
And I, again, the same how you said, like, I think that I wouldn't have done this with anybody else, um other than you, just because, like, there's so many things that I feel like you bring so much to the table, and so much wisdom, so much great advice, so funny, so brilliant, cunty vibes too, and, like,
Aw.
but just an energy and aura that just shines through, like, way beyond, like, way through
Ooh.
people's screens, and as they're listening, and can feel that energy, and could just, help them to get along in their day, and have a
Mm.
fun, like, laugh or whatever it may be, or
Uh-huh.
like a serious deep moment that they have, with us, if you're listening and watching. But yeah, I mean, there's so much to a lot of these awards too. Like, a lot of this comes from you. I For me personally, I know for a fact the influence that you've had, like, and it's just helped propelled me, and to help me achieve these things that probably at the time I didn't feel like I like, I was like, oh shit, I gotta work on this, or I gotta work, that propelled me
Mhm.
to evolve and to change as a person, and to learn certain lessons, and to embrace, like, certain, things, and just rolling with things, because that's what life is about. Like, because it's,
Yeah.
it's not promised. So I've learned that the most from you, and just not making, like, little things into big things, and keeping, like, I think, like, a level to me, like, a just consistent,
Keep things in perspective.
yeah, putting things in perspective, and the way to, like, I feel like our journeys have just kind of, like, obviously naturally intertwined, because we're going through the exact similar things, in some
Mhm.
ways. And I think that for me, like even just the therapy thing, and understanding, like, cutting those ties with, friends, like, well, that just don't serve you, and that don't, like, aren't there for you truly, like.
Yeah.
And that all comes from, that I'm like, yeah, why am I dealing with this? Or, like, um and just to find, like, that hope, and to, like, to just grow, and have hope in the new version of me, like Emily 2.0, or like,
Yeah.
just to grow in that sense. But yeah, so y'all
Nah,
can,
that's all you.
thank him, thank him, and find yourself a Hector, okay? There you go. That's a, yeah.
Oh,
Find yourself the friend,
oh.
okay?
Damn.
There you go. Let's get it. Like,
That's a
you
whole thing.
make this a new year goal. But yes, thank you so much. I appreciate it, and all the kind words.
Thank you. Thank you.
But yeah, that was it for
Aw.
awards.
Thank you. Thank you. You know what? Let's give the children some wisdom.
Yes.
So
Let's
what's
feed these babies.
hell yeah? What's the most important lesson you've learned, or one new skill that you learned this year that you'll always carry with
Mm. Biggest lesson learned is definitely, for sure, protect your energy.
you? Mhm.
Um, that was super major, because it's funny how relationships really are a big part of people's lives. Like, any type of relationship, family relationships, lover relationships, friend relationships. Certain people give certain energy,
Mhm.
and sometimes it's okay to put that wall up, to shut them out, to cut the cord, or to at least give yourself some distance, to breathe, to process, to see truly what that relationship does for you and for the other person, right?
Mhm.
Um and it's okay to take a step back, you know, um from whatever relationship that is kind of like troubling you, or that um is not getting is hindering you from leveling up, if you get kind of what I'm saying. And I learned this in therapy
Ooh.
because
So she paid for this. Y'all
yes,
better be
I
freaking
did. Yeah,
listening.
yeah, yeah. So I learned this in therapy that it's okay, like, to you know, say no to things, to put some distance if you feel like it's not helping you, in the moment. If it's just causing you more problems, like, that's a problem. That's an
Yep.
issue. And, not to say like it's the quickest thing to just like block them, but it just take a step back, or just communicate like, hey, um, right now this is not ideal for me, like our relationship, whether it be our friend, family, like, um, and just being honest with them,
Mhm.
because I think that's the easiest way to like get your message across. Like, say, hey, like right now I'm not in the space, or in the I don't have the mental capacity to deal with this right now. But so let me just put a pin on it. But let me, like, let me work on myself. Let me figure out how I will move forward in this, whatever relationship, because it's important. And I think a lot of that too leads to like having boundaries, and being able to say no to things and to stand your ground, you know, because that's a very adult move to make, to be like, hey, um, like, stay away, because um it's important who you surround yourself with. Sometimes you gotta just choose yourself instead of the other person, like, you're entertaining that relationship, right? Like, for the purpose of like just having one. But sometimes, like, if like it's not good for you, don't just keep entertaining it, because it just makes it toxic. And sometimes it's okay, because you grow apart, and maybe that's for the better, because then you learn to be independent more, know what you want from a person, in the sense of like, um what you're looking for, in terms of like, okay, like, say if it's a friendship, like, hey, I want somebody to be a good listener, but to not trauma dump on me, and to,
Yeah.
like, um and to not just, dish all their problems onto you, knowing that you tell them, advice, and they're not fixing it. So, but at the
Or
same
they
time,
could care less.
or they could care less. But see, it's me putting that time and energy, and you're not acknowledging it, you're not taking it in, and working on it, that I'm like, well, then you can't keep coming to me, can't keep, and maybe that's something that you got to figure out on your own. So me putting up that wall or cutting the cord with you is for you to fix that, or to like, or maybe if it's not fixed out, cool, then do your own thing, but over there, not over here.
Mhm.
So I've learned that now, and I think that is super important, especially like I said, in these relationships and networking and meeting people, because you got to stand your ground. For me personally, like, I'm still working on it. I'm not a perfect human being. I am perfect, and I'm okay with that, those imperfections, because I'm working on them. Um, and yeah, it's do what's important to you that will help you protect your peace overall. That's I guess that's what the real heart of my message. So, protect that peace is ultimate ultimate message, I think, lesson that I've learned. But now it's up to Hector.
Ooh. This was kind of hard because I remember I was looking at this and I was like, hold on, let me look through my camera roll because I don't even remember this year.
Yeah.
But I'm joking. Yeah, so as I was looking through it, I was looking at some of the things that I did do
Mhm.
and realizing some of the things that I didn't do, but it was healthy because ultimately, look where I'm at today.
Mhm.
So, do what you want to do. One thing that I feel like a lot of people that are super young won't really learn unless they go through shit, or until they finally like get fed up with it, until they're
Mhm.
like older, is that you're going to miss out on so many opportunities because you're not self-reliant, or you can't do something without the company of someone else. Cuz you're going to realize that you're going to miss out on so many things because, oh, well, your friend doesn't want to go, or
Mhm.
something happened with your friend and they can't make it, and you're gonna miss out on this like thing you've been looking forward to, or this thing that you know
Yeah.
you don't know that could change your life in a positive or negative way, which will help you become a person that that you won't know till it happens. So make sure you do what you want to do. And I realized when I was looking back through my camera roll, is some of the events like I wouldn't have made those memories if I was just sitting around waiting for someone to do it with me. And by doing these things, I've learned so many things. Like one of the event I went to, I talked about it in an earlier podcast, but I got VIP tickets to to not only have like good seats, but to meet this certain like talented group of artists that I wouldn't have met if I waited around, or if I would have, you know, if I wouldn't, it would have got the same tickets as other people. And through that process, not only did I get to meet artists, but I got to meet people who I looked up to and influence who I am today, whether it's in my work or lifestyle. And I've also was able to meet like new people that I wouldn't have met if I just stuck in that small bubble that I was in.
Mhm.
And me and this person talk like constantly. It's it's nice to have someone who has similar interests, that is such a diehard fan or like of this art form or of this art that my friends aren't, and I can't force that upon them. You can't force ideals or things upon people and expect it to work out in the end, because ultimately you're forcing who you want them to be, and you no
And
one has
possibly being
to.
disappointed in them for that.
Yeah, because it's not necessarily what you need. It's what you want, but it's not what you need or will help you benefit. And as I was looking through it, I was also realizing like bitches need to snap out of it, and you need to do what you want to do. Because if, say, the gym, for example, I started going with a friend and then they moved out of state, and it's like, well, fuck, if I just stayed home and just said, like, what, I'm not going anymore, I don't have anyone to go with, I wouldn't have been able to work on myself mentally and physically if it wasn't for just going by myself. And you guys have to realize that at the end of the day, yes, you can have friends, you can have family, but at the end of the day, all you have is your fucking self and your
Mhm.
thoughts. And if you can't handle your thoughts, that's when it becomes an issue that you really need to work on yourself, because you shouldn't let your thoughts be able to control how like severely things should get, because
Mhm.
it could go south so bad. And yeah, just don't miss opportunities that you could do, like by yourself.
Love that.
That's what I'm
Yes.
gonna end it on.
Yes. We love that sexy brain of his.
Thank you.
Now, AKA, that's gonna be your nickname.
Sexy brain. Oh my god.
Comment below. No, just kidding.
Hell no, hell no.
The beautiful mind of this human being. But anyways, okay, then that wraps up our 2023 like recap, like episode, how we're feeling going into the new year. By the way, we might have some surprises coming up in the
Nah,
new
fuck it.
season.
Let's just say it. You know what?
I'll let you say it.
Okay.
Okay.
So y'all bitches know Chillin Y Spillin is an
Mhm.
establishment. It's an
Mhm.
art. It's a lifestyle.
Mm.
It's comedic breaks within your depressing lives. um, so with the new year, there's new beginnings,
Mhm.
as some may think. Not to me, but but yeah. So Chillin Y Spillin is gonna be coming back.
Mhm.
Uh,
Bigger and better.
exactly. We're gonna be back with season two. Yeah, two.
Woohoo!
Yeah, we have some amazing things planned.
Yes.
We've been talking, we've been
We-
scouting, we've been,
Mhm.
all the above.
Yes.
And we're gonna have, should we just say like what specifically?
Yeah,
What we're
sure.
looking
Go
forward to?
for it. Yeah.
All right. So Chillin East Villain season 2 coming soon. We're gonna
Yeah.
have guests. We're gonna have shoot, collabs. Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
So we're looking forward to that.
Yes.
We're gonna be more interactive with you guys too. We're gonna be putting out polls, questions that
Mhm.
you may want us to answer, advice,
Yes.
just anything. Yeah, I'm really excited for having guests. Who knows?
Me
Maybe you
too.
listening could be on an episode.
Yes. Because I feel like, well, just besides us, but like, that's a new mind, a new person,
New
different
perspective,
perspective.
another flavor.
Yes, a different sazon.
Ooh.
Okay. Um. Yeah. Like I think it's just gonna bring a new energy and
Hell yeah.
probably give some more insight advice or things that probably maybe we won't have, but they will, and we're gonna try to pry it out of them. Get those gems from their life. That they've.
Wisdom.
Yes, because I mean everybody has different walks of life, so not everybody's
Mhm.
similar. So just to get a piece of that, like I think is gold in itself, and I think something great to take away. You know, but yeah, we're just gonna have some fun and in the new year, like just keep the ball rolling and keep growing and being better versions of ourselves and keep improving because obviously like you guys have been with us and stuck it out as we like evolved into where we have been going to now and um
We's
yes
growing.
we's growing and you watching us grow like what but you're going with us
Hell yeah.
because like as you being like you listening like in some ways you're also like kind of like hearing us out and you're like, maybe or like
Mhm.
maybe taking something with it or just taking a laugh or just or taking a depre like a clip. I don't know, like I feel like it's all over.
Yeah, it's
we
literally
hit, we
everything.
hitting every check mark on your book, okay? But muchas gracias, okay? Gracias for sticking with us and being a part of Chillin Y Spillin. Um and yeah, we're excited for this new year.
New season, new chapter.
Yeah, so yeah, thank you so much. And catch us in season 2. All right, bye.
Peace.
You've been listening to the Chillin Y Spillin podcast with your host, Emily and Hector. Follow the Chillin Y Spillin podcast on Instagram, X, and TikTok at Chillin Y Spillin. Don't forget to subscribe and leave a 5-star review. Thank you for listening. Join the Chillin Y Spillin podcast again next Monday at 5 p.m.